March 1875. Fate is something supernatural, yet also unknown, on the tropical island of Serenity. At night, before the sun takes its place, the moon scatters its enchanting light, reflecting off the gentle, living waves that caress the golden embroidered sand, adding a sweet melody to the rustling of the forest leaves. The result is a fusion of reasoning and imagination in this distant land, home to an unyielding people who refuse to conform to the changing circumstances, while British rule strives to reshape their reality and culture. But is it truly possible in a place so remote, mysterious, fearsome, and ominous, a land that drives away every civilized soul from its borders? Yet, does it even have borders? Nature itself claims dominion, and in the early hours of dawn, its magic unfolds in breathtaking splendor, revealing two enchanting creatures, thirsty for life and adventure. Nature will allow them to taste both joy and sorrow, but above all, it will revel in their very existence amid the swamps, forests, rivers, and beasts. These exquisite beings, young, innocent women in the prime of their youth, are called Zanina and Eva. The two young ladies dream of building their future upon love, princes and castles, and enchanted realms. They long to construct a reality of their own, one where sorrow, malice, and hatred are forbidden from piercing their inner world, a world far richer than their outward beauty. Most of the time, their virtues triumph over their flaws, preserving a delicate balance. Yet, on occasion, the differences in their personalities threaten the harmony of their bond. When the sun finally rose, it became possible to spot them. "Zanina, come inside, you'll catch a cold. Why aren't you sleeping? It's still very early." Eva, the younger sister of Zanina, said with an angry voice. Zanina had closed her eyes, taking deep breaths, and opening them simultaneously to enjoy the beautiful view from their room's balcony. "So you're not paying attention to me? You'll see what nice things I'll say to father about you, Miss Zanina," Eva said sarcastically. Zanina kept observing and carefully listening to the sounds of nature, the first chirps, the gentle breeze, the secret noises of hidden animals, and lastly, Eva's voice. She began to feel cold and annoyed by the unexpected interruption, which she didn't deserve at that moment. The view was so breathtaking that she felt as if she could stand there for hours, completely lost in its beauty. But it was the sea that captivated her the most. Its endless waves shimmered under the golden moonlight, their rhythmic dance pulling her into a trance-like serenity. Suddenly, she felt a wave of melancholy. 2 years had passed since they left England. The two sisters had been unsettled at that time and couldn't cope with the overwhelming adjustment, especially after their mother, Sarah, disappeared. Her daughters didn't fully justify her way of leaving them without saying goodbye. She vanished after many arguments and beatings from their possessive father, Hawk. The poor woman, broken by the blows from him, both physically and mentally, disappeared in the first months after their move to the island of Wither, the very place the family was now. Coming from a strong Anglo-Saxon family and having a husband who was a respected army general and hell-bent on gaining absolute power, despite him embracing Christianity under the influence of missionaries, Hawk never abandoned his relentless pursuit of glory and wealth, nor did he waver in his ruthless treatment of the natives, whom he disdainfully referred to as animals. His faith did little to temper his cruelty, as he continued to bring death and destruction to those he deemed inferior. He had never visited the Anglican Church, but he wanted his daughters to frequently attend church with the aim of repenting for their sins. Their age was suitable for marriage, although they weren't ready, as they still felt like children. Their father showed a hypocritical respect for the Queen when at war, but hated her when socializing with friends. During those days, he was away from home, as he had to lead the war and fight against the unrest that prevailed, and face the rebels alongside the English soldiers on the rebellious Wither Island. Of course, He considered himself worthy and capable for the battlefield, but not to the point of putting himself in danger. So he remained mostly at the camp as a senior and high-ranking individual. His purpose was to hate and think of ways to eliminate his self-proclaimed enemies, indirectly involving himself and executing them either by commanding soldiers during the war or through his lackeys. He should have retired from the army due to his advanced age, his paranoia, and the suspicions of others regarding his lack of patriotism and cowardice when it came to defending the Queen. However, in private, he was an entirely different man as far as his relationship with his daughters. He never treated them the way he treated their mother. Although he saw them very rarely, he held a special respect and pride for them, especially for the way they accepted leaving England. The truth is that he didn't want to delve into their inner world because he liked their formal and careful behavior, which was intended not to upset him, and they, in turn, relied on his paternal love and content. The only help at home was Lady Erica, as they called her, thereby showing their inner respect for her. They loved her, and in return, she protected them from any danger. One day, for example, a huge snake visited them while they were playing in the garden of their house. As soon as Lady Erica became aware of it, she ran, holding a knife in her hand, and stabbed the snake furiously until it no longer had the strength to escape and died instantly. After the unfortunate event, Eva fainted, while Zanina began to laugh, watching the whole spectacle with delight. Without wasting any time, Lady Erica made the snake into a soup, calling it the island's speciality, and fed the poor Eva after an unexpected fever. Lady Erica guarded the secret to her soup's remarkable flavour, entrusting it only to Zanina. Yet, even Zanina remained baffled how had Eva savoured every spoonful without realising what lay within. But then, a dreadful truth gripped her. Her sister's strange behaviour wasn't a coincidence. It was because of the soup. Eva, however, remained curious to find out about the recipe of the mysterious soup, and assumed she got sick because the snake was enchanted, never died and intended to punish her for her unruly behaviour. Silence returned to the house, and Zanina, who continued to stand on the balcony, decided to go back to her bed. There, she lay down and began to monologue. "What will you say to father? You'll make my image worse, and he'll love you even more. Whatever you ask of him, he does. But I never betrayed you when you insisted on going with him on the expeditions to meet Soldier Alf. And I stayed home, constantly taking piano and history lessons with the worst teacher who ever existed." Zanina wondered why she felt inferior to her sister. She also noticed that Eva hadn't heard a word, but at the same time, she felt a weight lift after saying all that. Sleep didn't take long to come, though it was short, as a knock on the door made both girls jump out of their beds. "Father?" Eva shouted, excited. She continued, "Do you really think you'll get away so easily, Zanina?" "Father," she repeated, and got up from the bed to greet her father. After opening the bedroom door, she continued, "But there's no one here, and I'm sure I heard a noise." "Zanina, you left the window open, careless sister. Because of you, I've gotten sick so many times." "Eva, could you please stop for a moment? Don't forget that we are surrounded by natives, ready to tear us apart. Especially when they're hungry. They don't even waste the bones of their victims, and..." "Oh, don't be silly, Zanina. Stop immediately because you're giving me the chills. Now, could you please leave the room and find out where that noise is coming from?" "Why should I go? My beloved sister, you're the brave one. But you, Zanina, are the oldest." "Ugh, fine, I'll call Lady Erica." "Erica!" She repeated it several times, but got no response. She said hesitantly, "Zanina, I'm starting to get scared." "Don't be silly, Eva. What could happen? Maybe ghosts came. Maybe they want to stir us into a hot soup." Without wasting a second, Zanina took the sheet from her bed, draped it over her head, and started moving around Eva, trying to scare her even more while also showing off her acting talent. But Eva, terrified as she was, asked her, "Zenina, what's gotten into you? Don't you have a sense of humor?" Zenina asked, and tickled Eva relentlessly for a few minutes. Eventually, she backed off and comforted her sister by saying with determination, "Don't worry, we'll check the living room together." Eva agreed, so they went out of the room together. Before they went down the hallway stairs leading to the living room, they met Lady Erica, disheveled and half-dressed. "Sorry, girls," she called out, strangely panicked, and continued, "I must have overslept. Time passed, and I haven't even made breakfast. With your father absent, I lost my schedule. I forget that I'm no longer alone, like I was back when. Erica, don't start recounting the past, following a soldier's footsteps, who promised you a happy life, and in the end, he married a lord's daughter, taking you as a servant, and since you had no money, he thought he was doing you a favor. How could you trust that scoundrel? Because he continued to love me, and because we have a son together," Lady Erica explained. "You have a son? But he treated you so heartlessly, humiliating you in front of his wife and... Anyway, what happened to your son?" Eva immediately asked. "Lady Erica," Zenina interrupted, "you never wake up late, and you always have breakfast ready on the nightstands in our room. As for the noise, didn't you hear anything?" "My dear, what are you saying? I was sleeping so deeply I didn't hear anything. Go get dressed, and I'll prepare breakfast for you," ordered Erica, hurrying off to prepare breakfast. "Erica is very strange today, don't you think, Eva? She only acts like this when one of us has a birthday, or when we're getting ready to go to the island festival. I probably bothered her with my questions, Zenina." After a pause, Eva asked, out of curiosity, "Did you know that Erica has a son?" Yes, she had mentioned it in the past, but I don't think she is in the mood to discuss any other details of her personal life with us, Zenina answered with certainty. "Well, I know what happened. The natives threatened Lady Erica to prepare today's dinner for them. The menu will include a boiled Zenina and a roasted Eva with potatoes baked in the pot." Eva began to laugh loudly at her joke, and Zenina, surprised by her sister's imagination and sudden boldness, joined in, saying, "We have an amazing imagination." However, even though they stopped worrying for a moment, they remembered that their father wasn't there to protect them. "We should get dressed. We've been standing in the hallway for so long." Eva tried not to feed her fears and continued, "But even when we get dressed, our good Erica is kind enough to assist us." "Stop complaining, Eva," Zenina scolded her, and with an angry tone, continued, "We will help each other." They turned back to the room and dressed as quickly as they could, as both were so keen for breakfast. Then they went back into the hallway, but as they were coming down the steps leading to the dining room, they heard whispers. "Father has come, and he wants to surprise us all," Eva whispered. "Quiet! We need to listen in order to recognize his voice," Zenina advised. The familiar voice of Hawk was not heard. Instead, in the girls' ears, the voice of Erica and a commanding male voice echoed. They couldn't exactly understand what was said between them, and as soon as Eva peeked to figure out what happened, the man with the commanding voice vanished.